Hello, hi. I'm Patricia McNeely. I'm an illumined Blu-ray twin flame from Chicago, Illinois, and you're not crazy. No, you're not. So I want to talk to you about a few things as to why you're not crazy, even if you're feeling a lot of very oddball stuff that is happening to you. What is happening? Well, number one, we are pushing through. This is relentless. It keeps moving. One of the things to be aware of is that people will seem like they come and go. The body, your twin flame connections actually are not stopping. That might be a surprise to people who feel like they want it to stop or need it to stop. Now, I can understand that. There is a genuine need to stop or cease certain things. A lot of it is going to be mental and emotional. And it's going to be time to really just pay attention to you, because when you pay attention to you, that's how you help. And that's how you can help everybody. So this video is about some of the other twin flame ascension symptoms and sleep and love. Twin flame ascension, sleep, and love. You are going to the next level. Now, that is not everybody on the planet right now. There are people who actually are not aware of why things are the way they are. For a lot of you, that's actually your other half. Your other half who may have no clue mentally some of the things that you've been researching and looking at. A lot of people have done a lot along the journey. And even if you feel that you're fresh out of answers, I have not only answers, but I have some things for you to do so that you become adept, so that you feel empowered. It's time to take your power back. It's time to get proper sleep, because you are going to the next level. This is going to include a lot of things that have to do with your dreams and your dream time. Some dreams might be bad. They may be revealing things. They may be disturbing. What does it all mean? There are people that are feeling highly urgent and yet at the same time feeling very fatigued. Are you fatigued? Is there some reason that you feel overtired? There's times when people feel overtired where they actually can't get to sleep, but this is deeper than that, and it goes further back into your history. It can be very deep and persistent unless you address it properly. This is going to have a lot to do with your physical health, your heart health, and there will be a push. There may be a crisis. This can be a crisis, a health crisis. It can be a crisis of faith. For some people, they may even call it a midlife crisis and chalk it up to say, you know what? I think maybe, I don't know, I just was having some kind of midlife crisis. It's on. This is going to be on, and like I say, it's relentless. Even if you thought that you could continue along here and bump along just by watching a few videos and, gleaning what you can and, taking a selection of things, there are certainly a lot of people with very calm voices. However, your body has a life of its own, and it will make itself known, and it will need to be addressed. It is going to be beyond clearing ancestral things. And a lot of people are aware of, the things in their family, except if you've been adopted, you may not know all of the things in your family. You may not know everything anyway. Do you know the things in your twin flames family? Maybe, maybe not. But everything needs to get purged, cleaned. So there are two levels where you have to heal the past, somehow mend it, and then you have to get to the next level. So this next level is something that I'm talking about with people. Another thing to know is that April is going to be another huge closure. This is going to tumble some people around. I'm not saying that to scare you, and it's not a prediction. It is something that we have planned for. We have distinctly planned for this, and People that have been working with me have been talking about some of that in my classes. What to do, what to expect. This is going to affect people and crunch them where, it kind of will be very baffling. It will baffle the mind. It actually will not baffle other parts of you. It may be actually relief for some people, and yet the gloves are off. Everything is relentlessly moving along. What do? You have to keep putting one foot in front of the other and get accustomed to how things are. You're new. You wanted to be new. You wanted your twin flame to be clear of certain things. Well, that wish is coming true, and it's happening in this energy coming up. Now, some of the things that are important to know is sleeping in your light body is very different. If you're not understanding it, my third book is out. It is called Twin Flame Ascension, Sleep and Love. And this is a very important book. I have diagrams in here on how to get your channels open. I have all kinds of information. This has 25 chapters just based on what is happening with some of the ascension and getting to the next level. What does it mean? I have chapters on your dream time. I have chapters on your time, quantum time. If you've ever been interested in quantum time, look no further. It's in this book. The How Twin Flames Do It is in this book. You're quite distinctly leaving the fourth dimension. You are leaving the fourth astral plane. You're going to be feeling it. And when you feel it, there are answers in this book. How do you know some of it? It can feel like you're being pushed out, witch hunted, hunted down, ostracized, persecuted. If you're feeling any of those, your fourth dimension is pushing you out, and take the hint and leave. But leaving gracefully, how do we do that? How do you leave without a sense of that? How about some of the power plays that leave you exhausted? How about upholding a level of tension that just is exhausting to continue? How about if your life just flatlines and you feel like it's going nowhere and you feel defeat? What do you do? Okay, your body doesn't want to stay there. Your body wants you to go to the next level. How you do it is outlined here in my book, very concisely, very visually, because I have visual diagrams in here of me demonstrating things. And there's a lot of explanation as to what happens with soulmates, what happens with your twin, some of the reasons why you've been waiting. You might say, well, hey, why does this take so long? The answers are in here. So there's a lot that I've packed into this book while keeping it as simple and usable as possible. Is the twin flame journey new to you? Have you just recently found out what some of this is? Have you found out some of the words? Have you found out that this has to do with having a twin flame? You weren't sure why things in your life were altering or turning upside down or shifting or even sleep. Have you had insomnia? Have you felt like you are suffering sleep deprivation? There's a reason for it. The reason is not to torture you, but there are things to know about it, and there's a way to get yourself to the next level where the sleep is deeper, where the dreams are more lucid. For a lot of people, having lucid dreams has been a very random event. How would you like a way, which I spell out here in my book, to create your own experiences and have some of those lucid things happening a lot more frequently, if not all the time? How would you like to get answers directly from your own higher self? That's true empowerment. Truly empowering yourself means using the thing that you came here for and that you're gifted with, because every twin flame has inherent gifts to them. What you do with those gifts then is up to you, But I want to encourage you, make a decision to find out about the template of 5D relationship. Find out about it. I talk about it. Find out what are the things that hang you up and hang your twin up. Are they true blockages? Or are they more like a traffic jam with some bunched up energy that kind of needs to get moving along and flowing again? That's what I like to call it, because I am the person who is not only the twin flame whisperer. That means I can feel both energies, both people in the union, even though I'm only talking to one. And I am the metaphysicist. I'm here to help intuitively with my high level gift to help people release sadness, depression, feelings of inadequacy, feelings of defeat, feeling that have you missed something or are you doing it wrong? Chances are you're not, but you do need to get to that next level. I have helped people with deep levels of grief that they haven't even known where it's come from, and they cry and leak buckets of tears. What is that all about? I help to get it shifted. I help people to release things that otherwise would hinder them and limit them. I help people to feel again so that they can feel what these higher levels are and, be fresh and new on the journey, get their zest for living back. Some of the things, so I'm going to address the men out here. Hey men, hi. So what does it feel like when people express emotion? Or that you've had something happen, let's say a pet dies, okay? I had someone say this to me once, I hate dogs, they died. And you could just tell he didn't really hate dogs, he just didn't like the way it hurt, okay? Does it make you nervous or upset if people express emotions? When people express emotions, what if a female expresses emotion? What if she gets all gushy and mushy? Do you feel yourself sort of like buck up, put the walls there? Okay, that's kind of normal. Do you feel like putting on your cape and going, ta-da, what can I fix here? Hey, you don't have to do any of those things. You too will be going through some things that might make you feel like a teenage guy again. It might be a throwback to a time where things were a lot less complicated for you. And even if you kept it to yourself, it was maybe a little bit safer. Okay, now I'm going to talk to the women. Hey, women, do you know what it's like to be a man in a man's world? What men have to do, the things that they, sort of buck up and brace themselves against. Do you know what it is with your true love? Maybe, maybe not. Have you ever lived with a man? Have you ever seen how they might turn it on and off with other people? They turn things on, and then when they're amongst other people, they have to do things a certain way. Otherwise, the other men will consider them to maybe be weak, showing a chink in their armor, being vulnerable, okay? Those things are patterns of relationship that are not intended to happen between twin flames. You're not expected to live in a house with your twin flame and have some of these patterns of relationship. How do you do this? Okay, this happens with your twin flame ascension. It affects certain parts of your body that help to get this stuff clear. There are other things that have to happen with your sleep and love. And there's another thing to know about it, health. Do you know how many men statistically actually have more heart troubles than females? Okay, does it take a crisis? Does it take your man or your woman to have a health crisis for things to be paid attention to? Hopefully not. And I'm not wishing that on people. So you're here to be in love. Love without limits means even your human body is able to heal itself, mend some things, and get itself fixed up a bit so that you can properly maintain, so that you have a body worth coming into when you have those wonderful, mind-blowing, out-of-body love experiences with each other. Twin flames are bringing sexy back, but it's real sexy. It's the thing that never leaves. It's the way that you support each other. It's the way that you boost each other. And so let's run down some of the symptoms you might be feeling lately. Heart palpitations. You feel like you're not here. You get disfocused. You're having sleep disruptions, sleep disturbances somehow. You can't seem for the life of you to figure out what to do next. You might feel weird emotions, sadness, fits of anger, irritation, annoyances. What is that all about? You might feel a disinterest. I outline a lot of that in this book. In fact, the majority of that and then some is outlined in my book. This book is for everybody. It's actually not even just for people who have been, quote, on the journey for years, although you will find it very helpful. I encourage everyone to get the book. If you have ever had struggle sleeping, or you want to have lucid experiences in quantum time jumping, get the book. Now, to help you further, because I want to talk a little bit about April. What's coming up for April? Well, we have a season change, and we're having an April closure. There is a closure that is going to happen. This is another closure, and this is going to have an effect on both of you, not just one of you. Up until now, it may have been feeling more one-sided, but it's not. Okay, this is going to be another equalizing thing for both people in the union. So what I'm going to tell you is, it would be a very healthy thing for you to have a causal body session with me. 1 to 2 of these sessions really gets things shifted for you. It is very important to shift your energies for several reasons. Your health, your responsibilities, your ability to be a lover, and your ability to be multidimensional. So your health and well-being, that is your physical life here. That's your flow. I help people get back into their flow in several levels. I'm a very high-level healer. And yes, I am saying this because that's who I am. That is who I am. I've worked very hard to, get to those levels where I can actually help people. How do you untangle the grief? How do you get rid of things? There is a huge disentangling going on. You are releasing your emotional entanglements, for one thing. And it gets very weird. So even for those of you that might run to the internet and say, well, what's happening now? What's happening now? Stick with me, because I am going to give you step by step of what to do and for right now. So I do that in a private session. I intuit things for people. I am very intuitive. I am all about the body, which is you. You first felt this with your body. Okay? You felt it in your body. You want some more of it. You want to be made love to. Every cell in your body is screaming for touch, the right touch. And it's deeper and higher, and part of you senses what you once had. Of course, because that's actually your normal. You're not here to just give up and admit defeat. If you need to take a breather, you need to take a breather. But it's time for a lot of people to get back on the horse and start, having the things that truly help two of you, because there are two of you. You're so fun, they had to pour you into two bodies. And that's another thing to be aware of. You have shared parts, you have channels, you have meridians. I help people to get their channels open. I teach that. I have 2 channel opening exercises in here that are specifically for helping you get not only good rest, but really high level rest. So to give you a little background with me, why is this important? I had a patch of time in 2013, quite a long time ago, 6 years ago, where for close to a little bit more than a month and a half, I wasn't getting about 2 hours of sleep a night. And that wasn't enough for me, especially not when I was accustomed to sleeping usually 8 hours a night. 2 hours isn't enough. It showed. You might see some of it show on your twin's face or yours. People around me were, I could say, highly concerned because they could see something was going on, but I wasn't talking about it. How do you talk about something that you know is coming from another level and you can feel it nudging you awake at night? Where you can feel, someone wants you to stay up somehow, but you don't know what to do. Well, I found out what to do. Now, this had happened in another cycle too. So this book is the culmination of about a year's worth of cycling that I went through so that I could write it, distill it down, and make it very concise and precise for you. So I went through it again, up and down, and up and down. I got the practice. Now, even though some of this felt very inherent to me, it was also new because the body is new. The body is more than what you see depicted out there on things because it just has more that is accessible to you that is actually new. The night times, the dreams, okay? I went through several levels of things having to do with dreams. Do you know that men primarily will dream a lot of the heavy duty stuff? It's not just men though, okay? There's a lot of women that do dream it. But men have their fair share. Men may think they're shaking it off, but it's not intended to stay with them. Not in any way. Not to bring home to their true love, that's for sure. I also have gone through the deep fatigue. I had that last year. I felt like death warmed over. If you're feeling like death warmed over, it is important for you. Make the investment in yourself. Do not just write a comment. Email me. If you're not sure, send me an email at twinflamesmerge@gmail.com. I will write you back and we'll hammer out what it is that would be helpful for you. Because fatigue is no joke. It's what makes people drowsy. It's what makes people distracted drive. It's what makes people forgetful. It's not a joke, okay? Twin flames are going to be the most present people possible. And what that means is not overlooking important things. Not changing the oil on a car and forgetting to put the little cap in. Just one little thing that can cause a huge wreck or, the engine to seize up. Are you feeling things along your rib cage starting to seize up? I know what that is, and that has a lot to do with release that is very important, which I do in the causal body session. So to help you, I know quite a bit about the health. I know what is important about your heart. I did put an outline in here about that, about some of the things to do for heart. That means your physical human heart and your cosmic heart. Okay, because they go together. There's a connection there. You have you, and you have you, and you have your twin, and you two want to be together. I'm all in favor of that. That is why my website is called Twin Flames Merge, because I am here to teach, not just with words, but with the body, how to merge things together. How do you melt? How do you have these high-level experiences with each other? How do you not just wait for it randomly to happen and continue the love story? Your love story is from beyond time and space. It's time to learn it, and the links are below. So watch for the link for the book. There is a link for the book, and there is a coupon code for the session. You're going to have a magical twin flame number. 144. Okay? All right. Maybe it's not that. But that's a magical number. So what I would suggest to you is, if you want to feel empowered, you want to find a handle on this, get the book. There's a lot of bang in there for what you're getting. It is priced right. It is important stuff. It explains so much stuff that I don't even think anyone's really posting all of that out there. I am. Okay. I would like to also let you know that I will continue to have videos talking about April. And don't wait for the videos though. Okay, get a little jump on April and find that you surf it very well. You have to be a surfer in this energy this year. You have to be able to navigate with your body like a body surfer. And there's two of you. You have to be able to communicate it to your twin flame, and that happens through your body. It does. I know people don't like to hear that because we would want it to be as easy as picking up the phone. But how many times does the connection go dead? That is the hint that means, hey, get the heart communication going. I have that in there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and look for the links. Bye now.